Good morning, friends. It's time to check in on the progress of Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift going in at Universal Studios, Florida. There's a lot going on at the site. Let's go take a look. Today is July 9th, and so far it looks like we have a crane in the air. Crews were spotted installing some support columns over on the far side of the switch track area. And as you can see, the switch track has been installed, but is still wrapped in its mounting points for the track. There's still a lot of supports with different direction of travel labels on them, pointing to and from. These supports definitely look like they are angled up and away from the switch track, leading out of it. So this area of the course is still very difficult to understand where things are going, which way the track's going to route. But as you can see, they've also been working on the mid-course brake run area, installing brake fins, catwalk pieces, and even cable guides. Crews here are installing a cable guide right now. But work has definitely shifted to this far end of the site. Here's another look at the crews working on those cable guides. Work also continues on the electrical building, including cooling units outside of the building. Piece of track leading to an unknown location. Crews here have finished for the day and are heading on out of the site as it starts to get hot. Crews typically work until about 8 o'clock in the morning. Some mounting points for catwalks underneath the main brake run for the mid-course. Here are those cooling systems for the LSM and electrical room. Another view looking back at the support area. There's a lot of support piers. This area in particular is very hard to understand where this track layout's going to go. What a great overbank. This is definitely going to be a high speed and a high G moment. Crews were working on some framing after the main crews left for the day. Likely some interior walls in the electrical room. Work continues on the mid-course. Over on the far site near City Walk, there's a lot of drainage piping, irrigation piping, and stormwater piping ready to be installed. And here we see those flags way up on the 170-foot tall spike. More drainage piping to be installed. Some new markings on the far side, likely for landscaping. A big puddle waiting for landscaping and drainage work. Some more pieces that will be installed for the catwalk area. A little far look at the switch track and acceleration and block section. Speed bump leading out or in of the large overbank. And from inside the park, we can see how those supports are angling upwards and away from the switch track area. Looking back across the site, you can see how much space there is left, as well as some extra holes being done. Back over at Jimmy Fallon, crews were definitely seen working, prepping the ground, possibly for the pathway for HHN. And they've began covering the LSM stators to protect them during construction. Back over in the station area, crews were working on the site underneath the station building. Back in City Walk, looking down towards the launch area, you can see a couple cranes back by the maintenance building. And those supports leading up and away from the switch and launch area. And the main brake run back into the holding brakes. Lots of catwalks being installed. Crews are definitely making progress each night. They are working almost every single day so far, with very sparse breaks in between. So we will likely see updates very frequently over the next couple of days. Let's take a look at the new loop combs, Category 10 going in over at City Walk. So far, crews have just cleared out the site, and that's about it. Nothing really to note yet. It will be a while until steel gets in the air for this project. Probably another year or so before we see any real major changes. Looking over the site from the water level, you can really see the scale of the spike and how large of a presence this ride is going to have. The visuals are just amazing. And like I said, there's a lot of work going on at the site, so let's check in today. It's July 12th. There's a lot going on in the site now. There's about 10 pieces of track that have gone in over the past couple of days. So looking down, we can see the lead in and out of the switch track for both routes have been set and installed. As you can see, one piece is definitely leading up and away with a little bit of a left bank. Very tight clearance here for the two track pieces. They do definitely need to be adjusted. They're not quite level, so that will be some adjustments that they're going to take. Some other track pieces leading in or out of the overbank curve are seen here. It's also banking really hard to the right. And this track still leading in and out. Lots of boxes around the site and some man lifts to work on the catwalk areas. But our switch track is still wrapped up, so it doesn't look like they're going to be setting any track pieces on this here in the next couple of days. Seen here, this is the track element that's twisting hard to the right. I'm suspecting that it's going to be a corkscrew over the switch track area. Here's another very twisted track piece on the ground waiting to be installed. Looking back over towards the Nickelodeon building, this is the area that is really kind of unknown of what this element's going to be. It's a very hard upward movement. Maybe a stall. Some more sections have been installed for the catwalk here. This will make it easier for crews to work on those magnetic brakes and to check them once the ride is fully operational. These are in areas that they don't necessarily need the full catwalks on both sides of the track, as the train's going to be moving at a relatively high speed in these moments, especially with these trains being extremely heavy. And we have some groundwork going on underneath the spike, likely to get some of the drainage pieces installed. This area has seen a lot of water pooling, and so I believe that they are getting ready to solve that issue and prepare this area for guest walkways at some point. Some drainage piping. So we might see some groundwork going on this far end of the site. Over in studios, we can see some of the support columns have been added, leading into what I believe is going to be the corkscrew, going over the launch track area and the switch track area. Those supports definitely are lining up to a very steep banking hard to the one way. And to our surprise, we have some new supports over near the Music Plaza, and a lot of very low ground supports were installed as well. These are a bit harder to see as they're behind the construction fence. And there's this one which has a direction of travel pointing down, but a pretty steep incline upwards. Again, what I believe is going to be the roll into the corkscrew over the switch track area. The supports just kind of line up quite nicely for that. Back over by Jimmy Fallon, a few more track pieces have been installed, including another section of the main first launch. LSM stators going right up the hill, as well as track leading into the main brake run. So it looks like there should be a nice little bunny hop before the main brakes. LSM stators with cabling coming out of it. This whole area is going to change very rapidly in the next several days. Oh look, we got some theme park pigeons hanging out. They look excited. Back over in the station area, crews are definitely installing a lot of cabling, drive motors, and electrical equipment. This area is where trains will stage and wait for their turn to enter the load and unload zones. There's definitely a crane back there still staged and ready to go, so lots of work going on in the main launch area. Some more electrical equipment, definitely getting wiring installed at this point. And the drive tires all have their tires installed, so crews are working on some of those details as well. One last look from Transformers. It's going to be a pretty steep climb right over here. Well, that's it for today. We'll see you on the next one.